Good afternoon, everyone. So today's lesson is just going to be about our personal response. It is on page 25 of our textbook. Okay, once again, page 25, and it is at the end of the story Red Scarf Girl. So if I read our personal response, Jiang is facing a challenging decision between defending her father and protecting herself. Think about a time when you had to make a difficult decision. Explain the decision you had to make, why you had to make it, and who, if anyone, helped you. Does your experience help you empathize with Jiang? Use evidence from the text to support your response. Now, let's break down this topic really, really quickly. I just took it out from here and I wrote it right here. Now, what is this personal response requiring from us? If you have a different color, we'll first write this down on the bottom. And if you have a different color, then let's go ahead and analyze this really, really quickly. Okay, if it says write, let's try to do one page. If you do more, even better, right? But let's do a one-page essay about a time. And notice how it says a. So this is just one time this happened. When you, let's look at the word when. So this was in the past, not something that you're going through right now, but back then. When you, not your mom, not your dad, not your tia, not your tío, not your cousin, not anybody, just you, had to make a difficult decision. So let's analyze the word difficult really, really quickly. Jiang Jili, or Jili Jiang, she had a difficult decision, choosing between her father or her government, protecting herself. And it explains it right here in her first sentence. Now, this difficult decision, it was something that brought on very strong emotions. It was a tough decision for her. It might be sad. Might have made you sad. Something that was maybe made you angry. Okay. As long as this difficult part sparks out an emotion, that is what our reader, your audience wants to read about. Okay, in a decision. So this means you made a choice. You took a side, and ultimately you did something about it. So you decided to do something. Okay. So that is what we're requiring of our essay. Take a picture of this, pause the video if you need it. Okay. Now, if I have my 5 subject journal, which I hope you do have for my class, then you would be going to the grammar skills section, which is tab number 4, or if you have a 3 subject journal, just go to the last section. Okay, and you're gonna find, oh, just turn to a clean sheet of paper and let's discuss. Now, this is the prompt. Copy this down if you can again, just so you know exactly what's being asked of you. And in my other classes, we came up with a quick list. Okay, what are we going to write about? What are some decisions that we could discuss? So right here, quick list. Maybe what to eat. Sometimes families argue over that. I mean, it's not the most difficult, but it can spark some emotions depending on how bad it got. Okay, what to name something? Maybe a pet, maybe a sibling was born and you had the opportunity to name them. What to wear, what to buy. Some of my students discuss, oh, a PS4 versus an Xbox, and things that they've already gone through. Maybe money issues, what to buy, just the situation with money. Some students have explained this. Their parents have gone through divorce. They have decided, okay, who am I going to live with? My mom, my dad, a tia, a tío. Okay, sometimes they have to choose between friends, maybe where to live, or just bad decisions versus a good decision. You know what's wrong and you know what's right. So those are just some ideas of what you could write. Now on the bottom, you're going to be drawing 4 boxes. And in those 4 boxes, you're going to be writing in this question. Number 1 is your introduction. What was the decision? 2, why did you have to make that decision? 3, who helped you decide? And then 4, how are we going to connect it back to Ji Lee, okay, in Red Scarf Girl? So I understand how Ji Lee felt in Red Scarf Girl because, and then you write the numbers 1 through 4. Now, the way we're doing this is you're just writing one sentence per box. So let me give my example. From my personal experience, my essay, Okay, intro. What was the decision? So I'm looking at my very first sentence, and it says, I had to decide whether or not to adopt an abandoned cat. Okay, I'm just answering right here. My second sentence is my second question. Why did you have to make a decision? I had to make this decision because if my cousin didn't find him a home, it would go to a shelter. Question three. Who helped you decide? My sister helped me decide and agreed to help me if I did adopt. And then finally, you connect it back to the story. I understand how Jaylee felt in Red Scarf Girl because she had to pick between her family and I believe pets are family. This part is where we're asking for some text evidence. Now we write those four sentences first, and then eventually we're going to be turning them into paragraphs. And that's where we create an essay. You elaborate, you discuss a little bit, give me 2 to 3 more details in your paragraph, and it should turn out to be something along the lines of this. Now, I'm not going to read it, but pause it if you can, and then pause it on the bottom. And this is just an example of what your essay would look like. This is a personal response. Okay, so this is what your product should be. And that was today's lesson, Red Scarf Girl Personal Response. Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys.